Welcome to lecture series on JEE Advanced Previous Year Question Paper. We have started lecture series on MST CET Mathematics JEE Mains and JEE Advanced Previous Year Question Paper 2. So in my today's video, we are going to learn one of the question which is from JEE Advanced Previous Year question. And it is quite easy. So let's get to see our question. And we have given order pair. Okay, so order pair is given in the form of xy, and we want the area of a region by using the order pair xy such that xy is given lesser equal to 8 and y value for y which lies between 1 and x square. So we can see that the curly bracket, so we have xy lesser equal 8. That means xy is having value 8 or smaller than 8. So one thing is confirmed here, the value for xy is confirmly 8 and smaller than this. And similarly, it is the given value for y, which is 1 also and x square also. And between of the value which is 1 and x square, it belongs to y. Okay. And we have to figure it out which one of the option coming correct from within the 4 option. Now let's get started our today's solution. I will explain to you all how easy solution it is. Here in our question, we have given curly bracket xy such that xy lesser equal 8 and one more condition y which lies between 1 and x square. So if we observe this curly bracket carefully, that we can see xy which is having value 8 or smaller than 8. And when we plot the graph, so we want the area of a region. So if you want the area of a region, that means we have to plot the graph first. And we know that for finding area of a region under the curve, we use always application of integration. So we'll see it is the next part. But right now, we need to understand how can we form the equation by using our curly braces, okay? And we have to plot this equation of a line to our graph, okay? So let's get to understand first of all how this equation get formed. So if xy lesser equal to 8, that means surely xy is having value 8, okay? And in the chapter mathematical programming, we convert this inequality into the equal part. So in order to draw the graph, and then by using that inequality lesser equal, greater equal, or strictly less, strictly greater, we decide the bounded region where it is a feasible region it is coming by using this inequality. So similar concept we have to apply here in order to plot the graph, okay? So first of all, convert this equality into the equation. So if xy lesser equal to 8, that means xy is having surely value 8, okay, and smaller than 8. So smaller value it is useful when we plot the graph only, okay? So now let's go for the next one. So y greater equal lesser equal y, 1 lesser equal y, that means y is having value 1 also and bigger than 1, okay? And one more condition, y lesser equal x square, okay? That means y is having a value x square and smaller than x square, okay? So using this, I got the first equation xy which is equal to 8, second equation y which is equal to 1, and third equation y which is equal to x square, okay? Now let's plot the graph for these three equations and we'll see how the region look like. Okay, so here I already drew this graph here because it is quite time taking, so I drew this graph before. Now let's understand the graph first, okay? So I hope if you wanted to solve such a type of a question, you need to be a perfect in a plotting graph, okay? So it is quite easier to plot the graph. Or if you don't know, or if you found anything difficult by plotting these graphs, you may check my playlist. I already uploaded videos there how to plot the graph for linear equations, okay, using the different point. But I will explain here how we can plot, okay? So xy which is equal to 8, we want the graph for xy which is equal to 8. So if you put the value for x, surely you will get the value for y, okay? So if you get the xy value, then it is easier to plot in our graph, okay? Now here this is the line curve which represent xy which is equal to 8, okay? Okay, this is the curve equation of a curve xy which is equal to 8, okay? So let me explain one point, okay? If I consider x as a 1, then y I will get 8, okay? If I consider y which is equal to 1, then x surely will get the 8, okay? So first point it is coming here. So if I consider x as a 2, then I will get the y 4. So second point it is coming here. So find out all the point here which lies in this curve, okay? So find out this point and we will get that curve. xy which is equal to 8. Okay, and another equation y which is equal to 1, which is a straight line here, okay, which is parallel to x-axis. This is the y which is equal to 1. Origin it is here, x-axis it is here, and y-axis it is here. Okay, and equation y which is equal to x square, it is the curve here. Okay, so if you don't know how to find y which is equal to x square curve, you may check my previous videos. Okay, so because of that it is quite time taking, so that's why I would like to skip this part here. Okay, so you may check this one to my previous lectures. Okay, so I hope so you all are able to plot y which is equal to x square, y which is equal to 1, and xy which is equal to 8. Okay, so these all the curve, three curves here which given in our equations. Okay, in our example. Now we want the area of a region, but which area we have to find? So for that we have to use lesser equal sign, this lesser equal sign, okay, in order to find feasible region or area under the curve. Okay, now we can see xy lesser equal 8 here. If xy lesser equal 8, that means all the values for xy which is smaller than 8. Okay, so here we can see the point of x, it is lies here, 8 here, and we want the xy lesser equal 8. That means the curve which is a smaller value, where it is smaller value coming, it is downside. Xy lesser equal to 8, it is here, and smaller value, that means it is the part here only. All the part which lies here is the smaller than 8. Okay, so the curve which is getting feasible region downside here. Okay, so it is a downside because xy is smaller than 8 na, that's why the bounded region, it goes downside of that curve. Okay, so I got the first bounded region by using xy lesser equal to 8. Okay, now next bounded region we want, here we can see y, all the value for y which is bigger than 1. Okay, all the value for y which is bigger than 1. So we can see here y which is equal to 1 here, and we want the all value for y which is bigger than 1. So where it is coming, bigger value upper side. Okay, all the bigger side of bigger value for y is coming upper side. Okay, so that's why it gives us this feasible region. So this feasible region, that means all region here, but we want other condition too. So other condition, it says that we have to take under this curve. Second condition, it says we have to take above this curve. So surely both will get bounded by these two curves. Okay, and last more condition remaining, y lesser equal to x square. That means all the value for y which is smaller than x square. Okay, so y which is equal to x square, this is the graph here. Okay, and all the value for y which is smaller than x square. So that means the value which coming this part here. Okay, so y is smaller, x is bigger. That means y smaller here, okay, x smaller here and x bigger here. Okay, so when we want the bigger value for x, we have to plot this region. So by using these three inequality, first inequality here, second inequality, and third inequality, using three of these inequality, I found here the bounded curve, bounded region, feasible bounded region, it is here. Okay, and we want the area of a region. So which area we want? Exactly, this is the area which we want here. Okay, the area of a region, we want this one here. Okay, so this one is the curve, this one is here, and this one is here. Okay, so try to remember the concept from integration. Okay, so when we want the bounded region, area under bounded region, we use application of integration. Okay, so then it is easier to find out the area under bounded region. So if you want the rate of change of a quantity, then we use a differentiation. So similar type of example is there in the JEE Advanced exam also. So this is the question from JEE Advanced. It is not that difficult, but we need to just visualize what we have given in question. So as I did here in a graph. Okay, so we can see our graph gives us a bounded region. So using that, we want the value for this bounded region. Now let's find out the value for our bounded region. So required area, it represent here. So first area of a bounded region, it shows that integration of this in this plus integration of this plus integration of this. Okay, so find out integration of this curve, again find out integration of this curve, and find out the integration of this curve. But we want the integration between these 2 points only, not downside, not upside. Okay, so that's why we have to use limit for x which is a 2 and 1. So because it bound the value for x which is a 1 and 2, similarly for x which bound here 2 and 8, similarly which bound for 8 and 1. Okay, so only the value for x we have to apply in order to get the bounded region in our integration. Okay, now let's get to find out which equation it comes. Okay, so now here in my equation, I written here equation required bounded area. It shows that first point to this point. So let's see which value it is here for y, which is x square. Okay, so that means first point to this point y dx. Okay, and which for x running from 1 to 2. Second value, which is again y dx. Okay, y dx, which running from 2 to 8. So which running from 2 to x, y dx plus, and third value 8 to 1. So we are going with this direction. Okay, otherwise you may go with this direction. Don't change the direction. If you change the direction, answer will come different. So follow the proper direction to find out the value. So this one to this one, this one to this one, and this one to this one here. Okay, so 1 to 2 y dx first point, 2 to 8 y dx second point, and third 8 to 1 y dx. Okay, and which is having limit 1 to 2, 2 to 8, and 8 to 1. So all these limits I written here along with the integration. And we know that first y means y which is equal to x square, second y means y which is equal to 8 by x, 8 by x, xy which is equal to 8, that means y which is equal to 8 divided by x, and third y means y which is equal to 1 only. So three of these are we are having three of this function here, which is here I written y which is equal to x square, y which is equal to 8 by x, and y which is equal to n 1. Now substitute all these values to our three of these integration. Okay, so what we will get here, 1 to 2, first value y which is equal to x square dx, again second value y 2 to 8, 8 by x dx, plus third value y which is equal to 1, 8 to 1 dx. Okay, so now let's find out their integration. I think so it is the next part. It is quite easy. Just first introductory part here, that we have to understand how can we plot the graph and how can we find out their bounded region with this integration. Okay, now let's get start our next integration part. Okay, so x square is having integration x cube by 3. Okay, this is the basic results, x cube by 3, which is having limit 2 to 1, plus again 8 constant as it is, 1 upon x is having integration log x, which is having again limit 8 by 2, plus integration of 1 is x, again with which run from 1 to 8. Okay, now substitute the value. So how we substitute? Instead of x we substitute 2, minus instead of x again we substitute 1. Okay, so that means 2 cube by 3, that means 8 by 3, minus 1 cube by 3, minus 1 by 3. Okay, so which comes 8 by 3 minus 1 by 3, plus okay 8 log 8, 8 log 8 minus 8 log 2. Okay, so just substitute upper limit minus lower limit, 8 log 8 minus 8 log 2, and x 1 minus 8. Okay, so 8 by 3 minus 1 by 3, which is a 8 minus 1, denominator is 7, take it 3, 8 minus 1, which is a 7 by 3, 1 minus 8, which is a negative of 7, plus 8 log 8 minus 8 log 2. So take 8 common from here, so it is easier to find out their log then. So 8 common here, log 8 minus log 2. Okay, so log 8 can be written as a 2 cube, and that 3 again coming here by using exponential rule of a logarithm. So 7 by 3 minus 7. Okay, 3 7s are 21, so negative 21 minus negative 21 plus 7, which is a negative 14 by 3, plus 8 common here, log a minus log b can be written as log of a upon b. Okay, so it is log of a upon b here. So minus 14 by 3 as it is, so minus 14 by 3 as it is, so log of 8 by 2, that means 8 can be written as 2 cube, and that is 3 2 cube means 4 into 2 or 2 cube also we can write this one. Okay, so 8 by 2 can be written as 4. Okay, log 8 log 4 can be written as 8 log 2 square. 2 coming here, it is a multiplicand of 8, so 8 to the 16 by using exponential rule for logarithm. I applied here exponential rule for logarithm, that 8 to the 16 log 2 minus 14 by 3. So which is the required answer B, which is a 16 log 2 minus 14 by 3. So this is the question which asked in JEE Advanced 2019. See guys, how easy that question is. First of all, in such a type of question, we have to visualize what we have given. Try to understand what we have there in question. Once you come to understand, as we did here, as I plotted the graph, there are 70 to 80% question that we have to plot the graph, and then we have to figure it out the correct options. So this is only for our today's lecture. I just wanted to explain to you all the one of the question which is from JEE Advanced previous year question paper. Okay, so these are quite easy questions, just we need to understand their visualized concepts. Okay, so first of all, plot the graph, use the area under curve by using integration, and find out their integral value. So this is only for our today's lecture. So if you understand my today's lecture, let me know in comment section, or if you found anything difficult, let me know also. Okay, so thank you everyone, thank you for my today's lecture.